Disrespect.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
The disrespect.
The goddamn disrespect.
Oh, you are disrespectful.
Learn something from this.
Namaste, and welcome to another episode of The Disrespect. I am White Chakra.
It's your boy Storm.
This week, we're going to jump right in. Glen Coco for this week goes to Tyler Perry.
You go, Glen
You
Coco.
go, Glen Coco. You see, Mr. Perry has just opened up his new studio to the public. His studio is like 200 acres, correct?
Big as fuck. Yeah.
Well, it's basically large enough to fit every other major studio inside of it simultaneously. So I'm very proud of Mr. Perry. Also, we are currently looking for jobs. So if you, well, congratulations again.
I really want to see. I want to see the. Like, I want to not really a documentary, but like I want to see the tour that they went on. I want to see it.
You know, it'd be really cool, a 3D tour in Mr. Perry's studio.
Oh, you know what? He is absolutely the Glen Coco, because also what we talked about of how he is opening a LGBT youth center for displaced kids and teenagers, as well as women that have been trafficked.
Oh, so an LGBT youth and sex trafficking center. That is awesome. I know all of the houses that he has are like up to code, so they definitely are able to be lived in. It's a good way to not waste, extra money and space.
I was wondering if they was gonna like have them live in those spaces, because it said that the space for those people are on the studio lot, so it's like where. But
it's so big. I'm sure it's plenty of space. They probably could start a community in there. They even have a replica of the White House, and I think that's awesome for an episode of How to Get Away with Murder or something. So I would like to see Annalise meets Madea. I would like to see it. Okay.
Okay. Because first of all, Madea would most certainly not give no fucks about none of them kids. Most certainly.
But Madea would definitely be in the type of situation that only Annalise can get her out of. So I could see a crossover. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be some real black people stuff.
It would. It'd be in churches, daycares, everywhere in the hood. The Piggly Wiggly, Sizzler.
Yes, speaking of Sizzler, Cicely Tyson, how she gonna play both roles? Because, she was connected in Madea movie. When she was saying, not
starting now.
starting right now. She gonna have a heart attack. She had to play that role and play Annalise's mother. I don't know how Miss Cicely be still doing it at this age.
And tell them you love them.
Iconic scene.
Now, starting now.
Icon. What a black legend. The prayer list this week goes up for Miss Diahann Carroll. She just recently passed away, and she was an icon.
Facts.
I mean, you can look into all the work she's done, all the different voice acting, everything. Like,
she was one of the original, like, black beauties, like one of those iconic black starlets from yesteryear that had this like genuine beauty inside and out. So that's like definitely a loss to Black Hollywood for sure.
Yes, an icon. So just a moment of silence for her. We're gonna let the pastor take us on out. Let's get right into the disrespect, y'all. So the first story today is Tekashi 69 securing the bag. So Tekashi, as you may know, is, I'm sure, working their way out of going to jail, because he done told everybody and their mama.
Grandmama, auntie, everybody.
Well, basically, he secured the bag because he's got a $10 million deal to release a new album.
I just honestly don't see that man making it far out. For like the first 73 steps out of the jail, I just don't see it for him. Like, I
honestly wouldn't recognize him if he had his regular hair in. And he took the tattoos off. No, I still would recognize him. He would sound the same.
I feel like... Okay, so even if nothing happens to him when he gets out of jail, I feel like this can go one of two ways. But before I start, can I have that?
Oh, you need to like it.
No. That. In your hand. Yes, that hand. Ashtray.
Okay. I'm juggling, y'all.
I feel like it's gonna go one of two ways. Way one could be he gets out, gets completely mangled by society physically.
Y'all better leave this little boy alone.
His album,
or y'all gonna be in jail next,
does well. Or
what's his last big song?
I think
it's like Fifi or something.
Yeah, Fifi or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or he could get out, nothing happens to him, everybody just says fuck it, whatever, we ain't worried about you, and then his album flops.
Oh, poor baby. Well, at least he got the 10 million girls. So whether it flops or not, hey.
I just find it weird that he's like being shunned by society, but he got a record deal. Like, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, I think just them talking about this whole situation is enough to promote itself. So,
yeah.
You know, it's not going to be those people that buy it just because it's being talked about.
He also said that he feels like when he gets out, he's going to be more popular than ever. Which I guess would be very true if you were popular with like fists and stuff. So.
Well, we'll see. I'm on board. I like Tekashi now. I don't know. Not the fact that he snitched, but I just find this whole situation so funny that it's like a reality show that I've grown fond to.
Honestly, I actually kind of like his music, to be honest.
He's cute.
He actually really is cute. I've seen him in person. Mm-hmm. Even with the tattoos and all that, the crazy hair, I've seen him in person. He's actually pretty handsome.
You seen my man in person? Yeah. You know how y'all make somebody y'all man? You were just talking about him last week. Don't play with me. Where you seen him at?
At Wildin' Out. When we went to Wildin' Out, he was performing there, and we was in the third row.
See, I would have snuck one of the Wildin' Out little cheerleader uniforms on.
Oh man,
walking over to him on stage. I don't even know the words to the song. I got caught.
I didn't know
one of these is not like the other.
That was when I first was like, okay, I can kind of bop to this, like. And then I downloaded his album, and I was like, all right.
Well, he better have been writing some bad bars while he was behind bars, because maybe the people expect a good album for 10 million girls. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we'll see. So it looks like our girl Amber Rose has popped out a little rosebud. Out of her rosebud. I did not know that Amber Rose had a baby.
Did you know she was pregnant?
No.
I don't think I knew she was pregnant either. I don't think I did either.
She kept this on down low.
But she recently had a baby, I think maybe sometime earlier in the week or last weekend-ish, between that time frame. I can't remember what the baby's entire name is, but the baby's first name is Slash. like the guitarist. For those of you that are musically up to date with his, iconic rock stars / the guitarist.
/ These celebrity baby names are really something. Who started this trend? I think Apple.
Yeah,
Apple
I was done after Apple.
Apple was the original. You can never for a name when you have that status that is just so up there. Like resume who? A resume who? Cover letter what? Like your name wouldn't even matter going on the job application because you're never going to have to apply for anything.
Isn't that Gwen Stefani's daughter?
I don't know whose daughter that is.
I'm pretty sure it's Gwen Stefani's kid.
I thought it was Angelina and Brad with them 30 kids.
Nah, I'm pretty sure that's Gwen Stefani.
No, they have Siri.
I don't even know if they all them kids. So I don't fucking know.
And yes, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West just took it overboard, though.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the other day because I had mentioned that Saint West has become a move. Because in every video you see him in, he's in the corner looking like what the fuck?
Every corner for what?
He just
where he was at?
Like anywhere.
Oh, just wherever he's at?
Wherever they're at and they're recording, you see North is going off.
She's just full of it.
And
I
then
love
they
her.
pan over to Saint and he just be like
And I
move. But I was thinking about their names and I was like, oddly enough, I do like their names. Like Northwest. Northwest was iconic from the jump because
we always trying to guess this baby's name.
Directional Northwest,
yeah.
And then Saint, I think is just a really unique name. I knew a guy named Saint.
I feel like this was all part of I don't want to say a publicity stunt, but like a marketing move. Like Kris Jenner was definitely behind this whole Saint and songs, and now Kanye's coming out with this whole Jesus album. Like, you don't think all this is connected?
It probably is.
Come on, what are the chances? Like, Kris Jenner is definitely in on this.
The devil works hard.
The devil, exactly.
Kris Jenner works hard. Shoot, I need to link up with Kris Jenner. She to get the job done.
Yeah, baby. Kris Jenner had the names already plotted out with the next album. She said coordination. Think 10 steps ahead of the game. Kanye's taking notes. See, that's why he's going crazy.
What she did in life.
Right, what?
Her to be like the most.
What did Kris Jenner do before she was a momager? That's what we need to find out.
Facts. If anybody knows what she did before she was a momager, please.
Could y'all imagine Kris Jenner like working at IHOP or something? Like, no. No.
So this is how you keep the napkin dispenser perfectly spent. You stuff in extra napkins so that by the time they use the insane amount of napkins, it's already like at capacity.
Yeah,
like, it's almost like it was never touched.
Yeah, I better get it to her. The momager gets the job done. But I found it insane that Kanye West is even doing this whole charade of Jesus Walks the Tour. Like,
oh my God! Now that you say that, oh Kanye, please come back. Remember we used to say that about Nicki? Oh Nicki, please come back. Bro, Jesus Walks was a fucking bop.
It was.
It really was, dog. Like, all his music was so amazing.
So amazing. So
legit,
like,
bro.
for real, like I see him go quote him for days, but I don't want to give Kanye that kind of shine right now. I just think that he really has gone overboard. Like, it's like Nicki Minaj. When she was too far gone, she was like Drake, just too far gone. Like, I don't know.
Can you imagine the hype around Sunday service around the time of Jesus Walks?
Ooh, we would have been acting up. They would have excommunicated us from the church.
That could have like changed the whole church game.
They already played it on gospel stations. Like, we was already there.
It could have been epic, bro. But now that he on this crazy wave, dog, I just be like, man, I'm good on Kanye, dog.
I didn't count him out before I even listened to it, honestly. But from what she was telling me what it sounded like, this the new album sounds like what Pookie and Junebug used to come out with after church. You know, when all the kids at children's church used to leave, we used to have to listen to the little teenage rap Christian songs.
I'm dead.
You don't remember them?
No.
Like, I remember they had brought a group to my church, and they were like one of the kids that sold their album out in front of the church's chicken. But they came and performed a Jesus song in the church, and they wanted us to get up and like we was feeling it. And nobody was vibing at all. Like they got no love even in the church. Honestly, so I'm just trying to see.
Have you ever seen the video of Sunday service?
I did. They was jamming.
It sounds so amazing. It's so beautiful. But I just can't get, like, it'll be a video of the people in the crowd singing, like the actual singers, and you'd be like, yes. And then they pan the camera over to Kanye on the stage, and I just be like, nope.
Like Pops. Yeah, that's facts. I don't know. I just, like I said, I counted Kanye out ever since he been on his stuff. Like, he been on his worst behavior, literally. And I'm not just accounting the fact that he is a Trump supporter, because I always like to see things at least from a second perspective. And I gave him a third and fourth perspective, and I'm not saying that Kanye West is irredeemable in my eyes, but I just feel like what he's doing right now is not genuine to what it is that he needs to be doing. And I'm not Kanye West's creative director. I can't tell him how to run his career, but
I feel like Kanye used to be for the people.
He's not authentic anymore. Like
and
that.
He's not anymore. Because I also saw that he said that he doesn't allow like race and racism and stuff like that to play a part in his decisions of who he supports, etc. Which is why it was basically a statement made as to why he supports Trump so much or whatever. And I was like, that's a lie, because you went on national TV with Michael Myers and said that George Bush hates black people. Why did you do that?
I remember it. I remember it just like it was yesterday. That was the most iconic things he's ever done. Now, I don't know how he went from being on one side of the fence to exactly on the other side. Like, I know people grow and people change their views and their ideals, but it's been such a drastic change. You're not even the same person that you used to be at all. Like, and you're asking us why we were the people that was rooting for you on one side of the fence, like why we're not rooting for you anymore on the other side of the fence. Like, you totally switched it up on us. You're not even the same Kanye no more. Like, I don't know. You
L Stacey Dash.
No, I wouldn't even go that far. That's definitely an insult.
Fuck that hoe.
She's in jail.
Clueless for real.
Did sis ever get out of jail?
I don't know, but did you see that she wrote they wrote on her, like on her mugshot, her information and for racist as white?
I did. She's Caucasian.
Girl, you look like a smooth caramel macchiato from McDonald's.
No.
Girl, go on. Go, girl.
Girl.
No, baby, you about as tan as cinnamon.
Yeah, it's called St. West back in on her. Exactly. I'm done. But Kanye, we're gonna throw you on the prayer list too. Scoot over, Diahann. I'm sorry, y'all. Kanye, man, just play his gospel music as we just close out this prayer. Oh my goodness. I don't know, y'all. Y'all think that Kanye is still for the culture or not? Leave a comment below. Like, the culture to me represents, like, our music is definitely a huge part of our culture, and as far as, like, you know, we got the dancing, we got the bands, we got the food, but what really makes African American culture, like traditionally speaking, when I really think about it, my mind goes blank, and it's really hard to compare our culture to that of like maybe our Spanish people, our brothers and sisters south of the border, you know, or even the people over in Asia, India,
Caribbean,
Africa, Caribbean. Like they have the Carnival and all these celebrations of the culture that has been going on for traditions, like for centuries and generations. But when you think of our culture, we don't have those same traditions.
we got Chingy.
I mean, we got.
I like it when you do that right there. Just bring her right there and start doing chicken head. See if your friends don't react like, yes.
No.
That was my song.
Man, even like for like weddings, like who was talking about who was that getting married? Chopra, what's her name? Priyanka and
Nick
Jonas. Man, that wedding was beautiful. It was full of Indian culture and this like extravagant dress and dances and colors. It was all just so going with her culture and everything that her people stood for. And you go to a black wedding and man, we got Luther Vandross
Twerking.
and twerking, and maybe they throw in an electric slide or a burn hop.
Oh, you got to have the electric slide.
I mean, that's nothing compared to some of these traditional like African dances or the Spanish people. Even at the quinceañeras, they be going off, y'all. They be having like the dances from their ancestors. Like that's so cool to me that you can have something passed down from you from that far away and be so in touch with your people. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I agree. I just feel like black Americans are so far removed from our culture, like our actual ancestral culture, and it sucks because it's like, in that way of thinking, we kind of fall in line with white folks. Like, white folks that aren't like white Americans don't really have a culture either, unless they're those that celebrate like their ancestry from like Ireland, like they're Irish or German or Swedish or like
Anything.
you know. So it's just like,
so look at Donald Trump. Why?
so it's like, what we got, y'all? Like, all we got is our culture that connects us to each other, like hip hop and the way we wear our hair, the way that we dress, the way that we express ourselves, like ebonics, how we talk. Like, those are the things that culturally connect us to each other. So it's kind of like, it sucks to not know. Maybe you have family that were Nigerian and you don't know. And it's like white people can go to their Meemaw house and be like, you know, Meemaw be like, yeah, my grandmother was an immigrant from, you know, Hungary, and she migrated here with your great grandfather or whatever. Like, do you know how far back in generations we would have to go to find our like ancestral roots that I think we could narrow down for traditions?
That everybody affected by slavery should get a free membership to Ancestry.com or any kind of blood testing thing, just to get our like right heritage and ancestor background.
It sucks, bro. It's like, and then I feel like that's why black people get so mad when we have not waves, but when we have these like cultural norms, and then other, you know, races just hop on it and they try to take it and flip it into their own. It's like, damn, like, this all we got, bro. Like, you can't just take it and remix it. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's why people get so angry, because if you think about it, had slavery have never happened, where would we be right now? What would our cultural norms be? Like, can you imagine where you're at right now if you're watching this video? You watching this video in your crib in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Kenya, like living a normal life that you live right now, but you're, you know, maybe your family stayed and culminated in Africa. So it's like, had we have never left there, maybe some of us would still know our culture, and it wouldn't be so hard to be like, oh, just go talk to your great grandma. You know, she came from, you know, Sierra Leone.
And we would definitely be more in touch with our culture and our traditions without having to worry about what we're gonna play at our birthday party when we turn 50. Oh, you know what? We're gonna play Lean With It, Rock With It for the culture. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, we should have more than the. I mean, don't tell me that I need to be playing the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. You know, that's not what I mean by culture. I mean, can you consider American culture? I guess it is, but at this point, America's culture is mixing up. And it's like, no matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, or whatever, like, yeah, we all have our different parts of our cultures, but if you fall under the American culture, then there's certain privileges that we all have. So, I don't know. I don't know if one day black culture and white culture might be the same thing. Could you imagine that? Or if there's no black or white anymore.
Because we're all gray.
Yep.
Can't imagine it. I would like to unsee it. Because I stand being black. I think it's so beautiful.
It's fun too.
It's so fun.
Yeah, that's why it kind of does suck when somebody else tries to invade, you know, whatever little things that we do hold to us. Like even saying the N-word, like we have so little that has become such a big deal. Like, don't you dare like dread your hair and say the N-word.
That's so factual though. That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful to lock your hair and then be out here saying the call people. Boy, you about one freeform lock away from being one of us too. Talk about.
I'm done. The camera's off.
Nah, that's so disrespectful. Boy, don't you dare try to make, you know, your green bean casserole into.
No, that is not the mac and cheese that we expected
Mac and cheese
for Thanksgiving.
Like,
throw it away.
And then call it soul food.
No. Where's the soul?
It is
at?
soul food, because you eat that shit, you're gonna die. You're gonna eat fucking soul, bitch.
You're gonna be Jamaican.
Straight.
Nobody wants that green bean casserole.
One day FedEx delivery to God.
I'm done. Well, y'all, think about it. We're gonna go ahead and do our storm says before we close it out today.
So today I just have a question. And feel free to answer at home in the comments. Question is, if you could have one musical artist to come back and do an album, who would it be? It can't be somebody that's already putting out work.
Oh, I thought you meant like dead. Okay.
Well, they could be dead, but I mean, somebody that's like old or like in retirement, or somebody that just doesn't do music anymore, or dead.
So just bring them to the forefront. this might be taking the shade, so I'm not gonna say that because this person is still making music.
Rihanna.
Well, that's the obvious answer.
Well, that's not my answer, but I thought that's what you was about to say.
No, it's like this person still makes music, but they're just not as relevant as I wish they were. And Brandy. I really love Brandy.
Yeah.
And she is currently coming out
Brandy
with some
too.
music, but they be paying Brandy dust. And
I would need for Brandy to come out with another album like that had the one that had like sitting up in my room.
Ooh.
And like I Want to Be Down. I need an album like that.
Let's get another aphrodisiac.
Straight 90s.
Let's get another
Aphrodisiac was that was an album because Full Moon was my shit.
Okay, never forget, boys and girls. But what about you?
If I had to say, I would say Anita Baker.
Ooh, Anita. I wouldn't be surprised if Anita Baker was on the next season of The Masked Singer.
I would love that. I would absolutely.
They'd be so obvious though.
Because apparently Patti LaBelle's on there.
Patti LaBelle is on there. I knew it from that first note. I like, look at Patti. Where's my pie?
Yeah, I would need Anita Baker to come back and just give us some ballads. Because I love Anita Baker. For those of y'all that do not know. Like, I will listen to Anita Baker all day, every day.
She said you will run the classics and I will be paying it.
I would really love that. Like, today, I was sitting here by myself in the house and I was smoking. And I looked like a full-blown auntie.
I'm about to say, we turn to our parents, man.
I was sitting here and one Anita Baker song that came up on YouTube, so I played it. And then it just went into a full Anita Baker spin.
My YouTube said you gonna learn today.
And I was just
you
sitting
ain't
here.
know.
I was sitting here just like this.
No, full out mama, daddy, auntie mode.
And then I knew I was in auntie mode because my phone had rang and I picked up the phone and then I was just sitting on the couch like this.
You hit that. Oh yeah, you hit that.
And I was like,
that one leg over the other one.
who the fuck am I? Like,
what is life right now, y'all?
am I my fucking mother or some shit right now?
What is life right now?
I would say her or I would say Lauryn Hill.
Ooh, Lauren. I would like to see it as well.
I would like to see it.
Yes. What about if you could bring back a movie, like a remake, since that's the trending thing right now.
A remake?
Whether it be a live action
is
or
it gonna be
remake
as good as the first one?
I mean, yeah, you in control.
I would say I would like to see a Soul Food remake.
Oh my god, no. I don't think this generation can handle a Soul Food remake.
I would like to see a Soul Food remake. And it has to be, and it would be as good as the first one.
I would go see a Soul Food remake on Broadway. I would.
I feel like the music would be really good in that. I don't think I could take the drama.
Yes, live on stage, I would be here for it. Like, ooh, I would be captivated.
Honestly, I saw a thread on Twitter today of the old Madea plays, and I was like, I wish that I could just unsee all of them and then just go back and watch them as if I saw them for the first time.
I could watch them over and over. I just watched those back to back as a kid. It's like they used to just be playing in the background for no reason.
And couldn't wait for a new one to come out.
Press. And the local bootleg man in front of the chicken store. You know he had the new one.
Right.
And the old collection as well.
Facts. Yeah. I would say either Soul Food or I would say like the Madea plays. I don't know, because I just love them shits. Them shits was just amazing. Like, this old lady is going crazy, bro. Like, for sure.
Oh, y'all, we getting old. Madea went to the White House.
Madea then retired and hired a young black boy to play Madea so Tyler Perry could be behind the scenes. Did y'all know that?
No, I did not.
He had like the farewell tour that he had. He hired this impersonator that I believe was just this guy that used to dress up as Madea as like in college.
What?
And I guess he was so good that he asked him to be his double. So that
he didn't come
Tyler Perry back in the day,
he got a stunt double, y'all.
He would play like if he was playing two different roles, he would play Madea, and if he had like another role, like in Madea family class reunion, he played the bellhop / bartender.
Oh, he came up. He worked his way up for real.
He no, I'm talking about Tyler Perry.
Oh, okay.
He played the bellhop / bartender in that play, and then in the early scenes of the play, he like takes somebody's bags up to their room, and then you don't see him no more because now he's playing Madea. Mm-hmm. So it's like
he done made it from playing 2 or 3 roles.
I guess he hired that guy, so now he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? He just
be gone for real.
He'd be backstage making sure everything's going well, or watching it from whatever room he's in. And and I was like, you have to be one hell of a Madea impersonator
to make it.
Exactly.
For real. Dang. Well, shout out to everybody that remember watching Madea in church. All of us who are now dealing with bills and car payments and back aches, and feet aching, tired,
down on our luck, back against the wind.
You all the above. And then just holler at us, give us a like, follow. Go see us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. We'll holler at you, boys and girls, on the next episode. Namaste. I'm White Chakra.
And it's your man, Storm. I don't know why I did that so weird. It just felt right.
Like a stork. Storm.
Storm.
Storm. We out here. Bye. It is literally 2 o'clock in the morning.
Learn something from this.